Years 2022. This is the story of a boy who had a dream in his childhood that when he grows up, he will stop crime. But time had something else in store. The boy who had a dream of stopping crime one day, he himself became a criminal. This is the story of BRYAN KOHBERGER. Today, we're going to break down 10 critical questions that are deeply connected to the BRYAN KOHBERGER case. Question 1. Is BRYAN KOHBERGER being spared the death penalty because he has autism? Question 2. Why did the judge reject the autism argument? Question 3. How did the lawyer try to reinterpret DNA evidence? Question 4. Why did the lawyer demand the trial be split into 3 parts? Question 5. Was Ann Taylor previously connected to a victim's family? Question 6. Why did the lawyer request a media gag order? Question 7. What evidence did the lawyer try to suppress in court? Question 8. What is the connection between visual snow syndrome and BRYAN KOHBERGER's behavior? Question 9. Why did the defense demand a change in trial venue? Question 10. What is the lawyer's final claim? Is BRYAN KOHBERGER really guilty? Let's go without wasting time. Let's break down our first question. Question 1. Is BRYAN KOHBERGER being spared the death penalty because he has autism? BRYAN KOHBERGER's defense team has raised a powerful emotional and psychological argument in court. They claim that BRYAN suffers from ASD, which stands for Autism Spectrum Disorder. Let me explain. ASD is a neurological condition that often affects individuals who face mental or developmental challenges. And KOHBERGER's attorney, Ann Taylor, insisted that her client falls into this category. Taylor argued that BRYAN is neurologically different, meaning his behavior, reactions, and decision-making processes don't function like that of a typical person. According to her, it becomes harder to understand a person's intent when they are autistic. She presented this point to highlight that the death penalty should be reserved only for those who fully understand their actions. If BRYAN's mind works differently, can we judge his actions the same way as a mentally sound individual? She referred to medical records and psychological evaluations that showed BRYAN had always been socially withdrawn, over-analytical, and emotionally distant. All common traits of ASD. The defense argued that if someone's mental framework is abnormal, then they should not be judged by normal legal standards. Taylor emphasized that autism doesn't make someone violent, but it does affect their ability to grasp the consequences of their actions. She even cited prior national legal precedents where ASD was considered a mitigating factor in capital punishment cases. The defense's core strategy was clear. Even if BRYAN was found guilty, his mental condition should protect him from a death sentence. They insisted that jurors must fully understand his psychological state before making a final judgment. But when the judge heard this psychological appeal, his response completely shattered the defense team's plan.